Hi everyone, this is Talina Adamo. I just wanted to give you an update video on my goals and things that I'm working on this quarter 2. I have reset my quarter 2 Kanban a little late, but most of it was done. However, I had to make some adjustments, rearrange and move things around, take some things off, put some new things on. A lot of my goals this quarter is focused majority on health and personal life. So that includes improving my diet, my exercise, and self-care. Also, over time, I'm going to be working on presenting myself as best as I can with what little hair I do have, and then also occasionally maybe wearing my wig if that helps me feel better, and really trying to work with that because it's starting to get to a point where it looks kind of strawy and not real. And when I first got it, it looked so real you couldn't tell. So yeah, just working on some things like that. And also, of course, with my diet and exercise and losing some weight, I need to get my cholesterol down. And I'm having some anemia issues where my iron levels are great because I'm taking iron supplements daily. But I'm, not to go too in depth personal details. Basically, I'm just losing too much iron more than I'm consuming. So I have to take the supplement right now to get better. And the problem is I'm getting my hemoglobin up or my iron is great, but then something with the ferritin levels just keeps staying low. And that's basically where my iron is stored. And those ferritin levels are super low. I got them up from like a 5 or 6, where I don't know how I was alive, to now at around an 11. It's still super low. Like my doctor wants at least 75. And I'm just not sure what needs to be done to get those levels up. They're just not going up. So yeah, just working on trying to figure out what the causes are and resolving that and staying on my health. And the cholesterol is probably part of my weight, and the certain foods that I'm eating on a daily basis, trying to cut down on like oils and high fat or fried foods and just trying to eat healthy. And then also I'm going to do, even though it wasn't really on my quarter 2 plan, I want to do a 30-day challenge. So 30 days of no sugar technically I'm starting today, but the goal date was May 1st. So yeah, I'm going to start today just to get myself ready and be a little harder on myself, not giving that cheat day today. So working on that. And also part of my personal thing is homeschooling and really trying to gain my independence a little bit more from my children, because I'm 24/7 with them and I don't really have babysitter or family that's here to watch them while I can get work done or space away. So even getting this video done is a challenge because my little guy, he'll come in and check and interrupt, and I try not to get upset with him, but it's really hard because it's like I never get that space I need to do things. So now part of this goal is to keep doing these videos, even with interruptions, and hopefully you'll be okay with that and understand. And just keep you guys updated and try to be as inspiring and encouraging and educational, teaching you what I'm learning in the process, whether it's writing or filmmaking or just goals in general, setting goals in life. So that's my first thing, is my health. The second goal has been to finish my book. Now, I've already finished this next book that I'm writing is actually a part of a series. And the original book, my debut novel, Coupons and Dreams, was a children's fantasy novel. And I just really enjoyed creating the characters in there. And I really love fantasy and magic. And I decided to go ahead and make more of an inspired by, and I guess you can call it sort of like a spin-off, but it's really just, I took the 3 witch characters from that and I'm making a whole fantasy novel series about that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's called the Willow Sisters, and they are not technically related sisters, but they are sisters in magic. And I am having so much fun with it. But originally, a few years back when I wrote the first book for the novel, it was supposed to be a trilogy. It was, I think, a 50,000 word goal that I had set for NaNoWriMo that I participated in, where you had 30 days to write 50,000 words. And I nailed it. I did it. I was so proud of myself. I got it done. Even with the kids, I was just writing every day. I would set time and I could do it. So I know I'm capable of doing this. I've done it before, but I also wasn't having like extreme health issues too. So there's been that balance. And that's why I'm focusing a lot on my health to try to get back to that space where I feel well enough to actually function as a human being so that I can be creative and have a mind and health to do that. So yeah, I wrote book one in that year, a couple of years back. And then I kind of just sat where I didn't write anything because I just didn't have the health to do it or the time or the mental capacity. So now, as I was getting ready to, what is book two going to be? I came to the conclusion that I really wanted to switch up what I was doing. Instead of writing this like a novel trilogy or more books, it could have been, I wasn't sure if it was going to be 3 or 6. So I wanted to sit down and start plotting. But even that, I was having trouble like just sitting down and plotting because that is like, sometimes I feel like plotting out an entire series can be more stressful or difficult than actually writing and just like pantsing and free flowing whatever comes out of you. But I do need some structure. So I like to plot, especially if I'm doing this new serial method of writing where I'm writing more like a TV series in a novel format. So it's called a serial novel. And I need to decide how many episodes I'm going to be writing. And episodes is kind of like chapters in the other world. But so I came to the conclusion that I needed to write stuff that happened prior to the time of what that book was that I originally wrote and finished. And then I thought, wow, like I can actually go back in time. And instead of doing it like that was going to be the second book, it made sense not to do it in like a flashback form where the second book was going back in time. So I decided, okay, that'll be, the second or third book, the first one. And now I'll go backwards and start off where they're younger. So I'm writing what I'm considering to be book one right now, where I start off with the main character being a child. And then we progress into her teenage years, and then we go from there into the next books and episodes in the series. So that's where I'm at. I'm pretty much done. I want to say 95% of book two is done, which is technically book one. It's so confusing, but yeah, basically I'm almost done. I've just been held back because I haven't been having the best of health and or dedication, and I'm really working on scheduling myself better, balancing the homeschool and personal life and chores and my health and getting everything prioritized to where it needs to be, and focusing on not only writing and plotting, but really just trying to do something every day. So if I get to a point where I can't write every day or I just having a tough time with that, I can at least work on my website or work on something towards my writing career. So I have talinadamo.com. I'm pretty much building the website and learning WordPress and Aweber, which is my email host service, to create a newsletter and basically being a web designer in a way. And it's been very difficult some days because I do not like working in WordPress. It's very technical. I'm sure like if I actually took a course or I learned it, it would be a lot easier, but I'm kind of just like winging it. And sometimes I mess up and then I'll lose things and I have to start over. And luckily restoring my website, like the other day I was working on wanting to add a landing page place where people could sign up for a newsletter rather than just this little web form sign up on each page. And somehow I ended up deleting that form, and I was like literally in tears because I deleted it somehow. And I don't even know. I think it was an update that interfered with that. So I was able to, unfortunately, spend the entire day figuring out little things that somehow fixed it. So I got that fixed. And then today I went back to my website in WordPress and I was able to um, get everything like finished with what I wanted to do. I have a newsletter tab now on the top that basically is just like a fancier version of the sign up form. So if you want to join the newsletter there where you could stay up to date on my writing author stuff, that is on there now under a tab called newsletter. So I'm very proud of myself that I did that. Also, my husband helped me learning how to do a certain thing to make that work. So that was helpful. Um, so yeah, writing the Willow Sisters. I'm basically in the process of reading everything over and finishing that final few scenes. One thing that I have been thinking about is possibly lengthening the amount of words for the serial episodes. I might extend them longer. So I may actually go back to the drawing board of both books that I've already gotten pretty much finished, and maybe seeing where can I extend them longer to be, about 40, I want to say 45,000 maybe pages. Right now they're at about, I think, 18 to 20, maybe a little bit more. So I want them to be longer, and I'm thinking 35, 45 is my goal, probably 45. So we'll see if my story plotting that I'm going to be doing this next quarter will help me come to that um, plotting resolution of extending them longer and then determining how many series episodes I'm going to have and going from there. And then once I know that, I can kind of plan out further down the future of how long the book is going to be and how much time I need to finish it. So it's a work in progress. Other than that, I do have a course I'm working on for basically what I'm doing myself, and that I've kind of decided to try to stand out and be different than someone who's just going to educate you on how to write a book or how to make a film. I wanted to find a way to combine that. And what I've been doing myself is I've planned out like the next 10 years or more of all the stories I want to write. And what I've done is decided, okay, I'm going to write this and that TV show and this movie. And so obviously I'm still writing screenplays for those, or teleplays. And then also still wanting to write books. So I have this goal to write both formats, the screenplay and the storyboard. I'm sorry, both the screenplay and the novels and or serials that I'm writing, and then also packaging them. So as a filmmaker, I basically would take my story, I would create a visual storybook, story Bible, um, or a pitch deck, it's called, where you kind of attach who you see playing the certain characters in the Hollywood world. Um, and although I'm kind of like more feeling an independent pull, I'm not really a big fan of like big studios in Hollywood just because of things that I don't like about it. But yeah, I'd rather not sell my soul and kind of just be independent and have true fans who truly love the story. And it's not about money, although I would like to make money. Obviously, I need to survive and have a good life doing what I love. So, whatever happens, I know that even in that more studio vibe future, that's still possible. There are still some good people out there. So, I'm just praying that I get into the right hands and package everything properly. And right now, I'm working with an executive producer who I do feel is a good match for me. And he is out there pitching to the studios my Coupons and Dreams screenplay. And so far, it hasn't been getting picked up. So it's been discouraging. It's been several years, but with the hope that his other stories that he's been pitching are going to get made. He is totally on board with the screenplay. He loves Coupons and Dreams, and he wants to see that made. So I'm just keeping the faith that whether he gets a studio or someone bigger, um, like a Netflix or Amazon, to pick it up, he decided that he's going to make it happen no matter what. But he has to get his first slate of films made. And then from there, he would then get funding himself. And then he would use his own personal funding as a production company and executive producer to invest in Coupons and Dreams. So that is something I've been anticipating and just patiently waiting and seeing how that goes for him. And in that process, I got really fortunate and was asked to come on his team. So, capable of helping with writing on the different things he has. I am also very good at producing. So I got brought on to one of his projects, a very big TV show that he's been working on and in the process of funding. And I got put on his pitch deck. So that's exciting news for me. And that's something that could be a big game changer, not only just him supporting my film, but also being a part of his company and his crew as a producer. So it's amazing. I feel very blessed, and just praying that it all works out, and whichever one comes first, that show or something else, that it all works out. So yeah, back to what I was saying, I'm creating a course that's going to basically show you how to write your screenplay and write a book format, whichever one you decide on, depending on if it's a movie or a TV show. And then how to package that to present it to producers, investors, big studios, and that you have all those steps for not only, making one or the other, but how to pitch your story as a package. So it is called the Storymakers W3P Masterclass. It is basically, in my head, it's finished, but now I have to put it out and spread out into details. Here's a workbook. Here's a step-by-step. Here's all the things that I need to write. Just like when you have an outline for a story, I have an outline for the course. I just need to fine detail it and get it out to you guys. And then what I'll do is probably put that on teachable.com and launch that in a beta testing form, so that whoever is first on board to join that will basically get a major discount. And once you join, it's like permanent lifetime membership. So long as a course exists and it's online, you're going to have access to it. So I'm looking for people who are writers and or producers, whether you're an author writing novels or serials, or if you are a filmmaker writing screenplays and producers. So those are 3 people that I'm focusing on this course being perfect for, to help you write the stories in both formats and to package them and pitch them. So it's W3P, write, publish, package, and pitch. So very excited about that. That's going to take some time to perfect and get it done, but it's outlined, so I know it's there. I just got to get the little details in. And then also with all that, I got to do the website, got to do the social media, and I'm doing it all on my own because I don't have a job. I don't have income to just get other people to do it. I'm more of a team player. Like, I would rather give those jobs to everybody else. I loved micromanaging when I had the time and no kids, but now it's like, I wish I just had the funding to do, here, I'm going to give this job to everybody else, which I know I'll get to that point. So once I start getting some income with all the things I'm working on, doing this video, doing the course, releasing my books, getting some income, once I get to that flow of residual income, then I can start investing in outsourcing my work, bringing on team members, web people, maybe even some co-writers or like a writing team to help me write my stories, because I think I'm going to do the writing of the novels myself, unless there was some like magical way that I could write like a novel or series with another writer in the book world. I do know that I have done that in the very beginning with screenwriting. I've always written with team, at least 1 or 2 other people. So I know that that's a possibility. But if I have to do it myself, I will. So I'm just open to whatever happens and getting that done. And the Story Makers is my 3rd goal. So that course I know is going to do well, and it's something I believe no one has done before yet. Right now it's just one or the other, or little fine details of like certain writing workshops, but this one is special and it's my baby, and I'm determined to get it done and to get it out there before other people do it. So at least I can be like, I did it. I was the first one. So that's what I'm working on for my 3rd goal. My 4th goal is my pottery and or any kind of art. So just making sure that I take the time not only to do the health and the family and the writing, but also to take the time to be creative and express myself through art, whatever form that might be, whether I feel like doing the pottery or maybe sewing. I'm not a big fan of sewing. I get a lot of frustration with it, but I've been learning just because I like to learn things that are challenging. So I'm learning baby steps. Like, I'm making sponges that are cloth, and I'm making pottery that holds the sponges called the sponge holder. And I thought, oh, that's a great way that I could sell the sponge holders and have cute little creative sponges that go with it. So I'm trying to just think outside of the box, but I'm also trying not to overwhelm myself with needing to sew and make thousands of pieces, because I still need to have time to do my writing and my filmmaking. And granted, the filmmaking is put on hold with the family life right now, but that's a funding situation. So once we get to that point, we'll just ebb and flow with whatever universe and God has in line for me. So I'm learning patience. That's my word of the year. If I haven't told you already, patience is my word of the year, not only with the things in the world that I want so badly. I want all my dreams to come true. Patience feels like I'm almost halfway through my life. Excuse me, I got sneezy. So yeah, really focusing on patience with myself and patience with everything and the timing, divine timing. Um, and that's my 4 goals that I'm working on for quarter 2. So I'm working with a Kanban board on the wall with sticky notes. I am working with an HB90 planner for my writing, but I haven't really been able to apply that because right now all I'm doing is reading, but it's still like I've set up my whole HB90 method, which is with Heart Breathing's Sarah Cannon's planner that I love. And that's specifically for writing. So I use that just when I'm like, okay, I'm sitting down and writing. Here's my daily, weekly, monthly planner for that. And that's physically like in a binder notebook. And then I have like my social media planner, which is an Erin Condren monthly calendar where I just schedule, okay, I'm going to do video recording this day, video editing this day, uploading, scheduling on this day. And I totally don't even really need that, but it helps to write it and visually have it there and see it. I think if I had to combine it into one planner, it just wouldn't work because there's not enough room between all the personal and homeschooling and everyday tasks. There's just not enough room. So I'm a multi-planning person, and it is what it is. And I mean, I could possibly, sorry if I made microphone noise, I could possibly, I'm learning Notion, something new to me. I just signed up and I'm trying to learn the digital way of planning with Notion. And I'm so new to it, I have no idea what I'm even getting into yet, but it's possible I could do everything in Notion and not ever need a physical planner again, and even the Kanban board system. But I do like physically writing things sometimes, but I do also like the aspect of like having my phone or my little laptop computer and being able to have that with me wherever I go and not having anything bulky and holding me down where I need a big, tote bag to bring all my planners with me, all 5 or 6. So yeah, I'm trying to stay organized. I got my planners going for all my goals. I even have like different notebooks for things. Like I have a story maker's notebook. I have another story maker's like daily task planner type notebook, just for the course. Then I have like a thoughts and ideas book where I just jot down all my thoughts and ideas in that notebook. And then I have another notebook where it's just all my pottery and arts and crafts, and I will focus all those notes in that notebook. And yeah, I even have planners for my homeschooling, and I have a planner for each child. So it's like homeschool for Tristan, homeschool for Ethan, all the different curriculum, daily tasks. It's like I'm doing a lot of planning. So I'm a busy woman and I haven't got all day. So it helps keep me organized. But that is my update. Those are my goals. So far, so good. I'll show you a quick video before I close out the video of my Kanban board and a couple of my planners. But other than that, those are my goals for this quarter 2. And before you know it, when do we start quarter 3? July, August, September. So I've got a few more months left. May and June of quarter 2. We'll see how far I get through this Kanban board task goals that I have, and I will keep you guys updated. And if you haven't already, if you're watching this, you probably are already signed up to my newsletter. But if you aren't and you're just coming from YouTube, I would love for you to join my newsletter at talinaadamo.com, where I'll keep you updated not only on my goal videos like this on YouTube, but also on, my particular books that I'm working on. I'm also going to probably touch on different books that I'm reading and goals and goal setting and goal achieving and anything inspiring I can think of in the world of entrepreneurship and writing and or filmmaking. So if you like that type of thing, feel free to subscribe to my channel and sign up for my newsletter. And I hope that, whatever goals you might have, that you just start somewhere. If you're not in the position where you're planning and doing these goals like I am right now, it just takes one little piece of paper with to-do list and start there. And hopefully all the videos that I do on goal setting and goal planning will help you with that if you need that. And I'm here for you if you need me. Comment down below, send me a private message, email me. I'm here to talk. I'm here to build a community. You can find a community for actually my Facebook. I have a fan page for Talina Adamo. You can follow me there for all my author stuff. I do have a Story Makers Facebook group for people who are going to take the course, but I'm not sure. I think that's going to be private. I may have a public one just to talk about writing stuff, but I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to decide on that. For now, it's kind of just for those of you who want to actually sign up for the beta course and be involved. You'll be invited to the community. It'll be a private community. Whether you're a writing author or a screenplay writer or a producer who wants to write and package your stories, you want to check that out. I'm still working on the website and haven't technically launched it, but it is open to see it online. It's storymakersonline.com. And I do have a newsletter sign up for that as well, which is going to be separate just on the course. There'll be a Facebook private group for that and a Discord. So yeah, if I come up with anything else community wise for writing, I mean, right now I have the Palm Beach County filmmakers and the filmmakers group online as well for all my filmmakers, whether they're in Palm Beach or globally, the filmmakers. That's on Facebook as well. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a group just for writers per se. So I'll figure that out. If you guys want a community for Talina, it would probably be the filmmakers group, but I'll let you know. All right, guys, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy your day. Have a great next May. Bye.